In ancient Chinese temples, there is a special form of sculpture known as suspended sculpture. These figures hang from the wooden framework of the hall, becoming part of the architecture itself. On a hillside in Xixian County, in Shanxi province, there stands a temple that brought this art to its peak. Inside this modest temple, nearly 2,000 suspended figures filled the hall, as if an entire Buddhist paradise were hanging in the air. In the history of Chinese Buddhist sculpture, this temple stands as the pinnacle of suspended sculpture. This temple is called the Little Western Heaven, or Xiaoxitian in Chinese. In most ancient Chinese temples, sculptures usually stand on the ground or are attached to the walls. But in the Mahavira Hall of the Little Western Heaven, the figures are placed between the wooden beams, unfolding in midair as a form of suspended sculpture. The craftsmen first built internal frameworks on the wooden structure, then shaped the figures layer by layer in clay, forming faces, flowing robes, and drifting clouds. Each sculpture had to appear light and floating, yet remain firmly connected to the architectural framework. Such work demanded not only sculptural skill, but also a precise understanding of architectural space. Yet what truly amazes visitors is not the beauty of individual figures, but the composition of the entire space. Nearly 2,000 figures rise layer upon layer, extending deep into the hall and forming a vast three-dimensional narrative scene. Some scholars even suggest that the arrangement resembles a theatrical stage. Figures, clouds, and visions of the Buddhist paradise seem to unfold slowly within the hall, like a performance frozen in midair. Here, sculpture is no longer merely decoration for the building. It becomes the space itself. When people step into the hall, they are not simply looking at statues, but entering a world shaped by faith and imagination. It is for this unique spatial artistry that the Little Western Heaven is often described in the history of Chinese Buddhist sculpture as the pinnacle of suspended sculpture. A temple is not only a place where gods and Buddhas are worshipped, it is often also a vision of another world. In the Buddhist view of the universe, besides the human world where we live, there are many other realms. Among them, the most well-known is called the Western Pure Land. No one has ever truly seen that world, and so, throughout China's long history, people began to approach it in a very direct way by building it on Earth. And inside the Mahavira Hall of the Little Western Heaven, that vision has been shaped into a world of its own.